Peace, y'all. This is Empress Coach Rhea Nicole, and this is the AM Inspiration Show to wake that ass up. Keep in mind, today the topic is not everyone is going to like you. Yes, honey, we are going in today. Now, we are streaming live from YouTube, Clubhouse, yes, Spooncast, Facebook, Twitter, and it will be uploaded to Spotify and Anchor. Yes, so we are definitely all across the board, So if you want to join us in this podcast, you can click the link on Clubhouse, click the link on Facebook, and you can get on into the Streamcast. Or if you're on Clubhouse, you can raise your hand. You're on Spooncasting and you want to join us, you can also hit the telephone icon to come up to these stages and share your experiences with what we're going to talk about today. Keep in mind that this is a self-empowerment, self-development podcast. So to be inspired to wake that ass up consciously, spiritually, emotionally, physically, financially, and soulfully, okay? With that being said, let's get right into it. Dun, dun, dun. It's the suspense for me. So, I'm so happy y'all are here. Today is September the 29th. We done finished our Virgo season. We in Libra season now. And September is about to be over. And the summer is over. And we're coming off a new moon. We're in a retrograde right now. And just off the fall equinox. Just to update you in case you didn't know. So, when we begin to accept that everyone is not going to like us and choose to be true to ourselves, a lot of amazing things begin to happen, period. I promise you, a lot of amazing things begin to happen. So not only will the people who don't vibe with us disappear from our environment a lot faster, but those who are on our wavelength will realize that a lot sooner. They will feel that instant connection. They will be in synchronicity with you. Okay. So it's so easier to build a tribe of true, family or friends around you that absolutely adore you when you are interconnected with yourself. Okay. So keep that in mind. All right. When excuse me. Ouch. When you are living your best life, right? When you are living your best life and your best self, you have to remember that understanding why people are who they are will drain you fast. It will drain you so quickly, and I'm going to talk about this from multiple areas. So if you're on any of these platforms and you feel like it's a subliminal diss to you, just keep in mind I would never diss you because I'm not thinking about you that much. Sometimes people feel like stuff is, a diss to them. So this is just a straight up, straightforward, assertive topic today. So if it rubbed you the wrong way, you can also hit these buttons called leave quietly, go out the live, go take a deep breath and breathe and think about it. If you're feeling triggered, you might as well step out right now. So with that being said, let's get into it. Okay. So when you are doing something, like when you're doing something in your existence, the natural human thought, the automatic thought that comes to our mind is you're going to be likable because of the things that you're doing to impact the world in high vibrational ways. I don't like necessarily using the word positive or negative because I feel like they're overused and misused. So we're going to use high vibrational, if that makes any sense at all. Okay. So the first automatic thought that you have in your mind when you're doing something with your existence, like with your life, is that, it's always going to be a reward for that, and it's kind of like you kind of, not setting yourself up to play yourself, but, you have to remember that there is only one way to avoid criticism, is to do nothing, say nothing, and be nothing. So if you're going to do all that, then hey, you're not going to do anything meaningful. Just keep that in mind, okay? So the next point in it is that you cannot please everyone. So there's no point in trying. Dun, dun, dun. Period, okay? So that basically breaks down to you can focus on being yourself and enjoying your own existence, because when you're trying to people please other people, you're taking away from yourself. It's a difference between, like if you're someone who likes to be in service of others or different things of that nature, it's a difference between people pleasing and neglecting your own needs. Or every time you meet someone or every time you come across people that you may like or find interesting, you're trying to be, what they need you to be instead of just showing up as yourself. Okay, so just doing that is completely useless because no matter what you do, if someone doesn't like you, they're never going to like you. Period. Okay, you can think about it for a second. Let's think about it for a second. Nope, they're never going to like you. So it doesn't matter what you do to try to impress them or please them, they're just not going to like you. So it's useless and it's pointless to try to show up as somebody else to make someone else like you. Okay? So if you're always showing up in spaces and someone always, have a tiff with you and you don't even know these people, or just showing them as yourself and you're being authentic and you're being, whatever, kind-hearted and empathetic and things of that nature. And it just really means that you're being a genuine person, period, And I'm not saying that, you may not show up sometimes and not be your best self. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that if you're actually showing up and you just occasionally upset people, it means you're being genuine. You're honest and true to your own core values and you're authentic to your own self, okay? So most people can sense that energy and they find it attractive, but other people sense that energy and they feel threatened by it because they don't have access to that energy within their own selves. So when they see you living in your energy of being assertive and being knowledgeable or just showing up as you are, they feel automatically threatened because they can't do that themselves. Okay? Keep that in mind. But the people that like you or the people that, that's coming to, vibe with your energy, they're going to love it. They're going to show up. They're going to be happy to see you. They're going to, be happy to speak to you. And that's just going to be a whole vibe. Okay? Keep that in mind. Okay? Because a lot of times we tend to hyper focus on low vibrational things, like people that don't like us, instead of, being grateful and being, reminding ourselves of the many people who do love us and who do like us. Okay. So if people are like just not liking you, like if it's a group of people and like you notice that every time you go to a group of people, like one person may like you, like I guess like the main person of the group or the leader of the group per se or whatever of that nature may like you a lot, you're going to notice that the people around them may not like you. They may be short with you. They may undermine you. They may want to try to control you. Your actions are the things that you say out your mouth. They may try to, do things to betray your trust and just make you look bad or different things of that nature because, your best shot at trying to be liked by everyone will involve you filtering all unique aspects of your personality, okay? Taking no risk in agreeing with everything that everyone says, okay? And you're doing it with a fake smile on your face, okay? That is so self-effacing. That is so low vibrational. That's not self-love. That's not how you go along to get along. Like, you don't have to do that, And I don't know who created these self-defeating and self-effacing ways to excel, but these things are not powerful. They're so low vibrational that on the scale of vibration, they probably are in the negative field, like negative 500 or something, okay? So if you're not free to be your absolute self, you're probably not comfortable, and that can just drain you. I gave an example of me using Clubhouse, and I found that certain groups of people are wonderful groups of people, but I noticed the people around them may not like my personality too much. And it started to affect me because I'm like, you know what? I had to realize that, hey, this shouldn't affect me because I'm not here to please anybody. You know, I'm showing up as myself. I'm not rude. I'm not disrespectful. I'm not undermining anyone. And I'm very direct and I'm very assertive. And I don't owe anyone anything. And those are some reminders I remind myself of when I'm using social media, because people can come at you, especially since this pandemic. It seems like we're using social media even more than we would regularly use it. And it just seems like it's a lot of people there. So like I'm placing myself in environments that possibly can make me uncomfortable. But what I've learned is to leave them environments. What I've learned is to pull back and not allow anyone to do things to me, to make themselves feel better. Excuse me. I have no issues with, closing on my phone, deleting apps, blocking people. I have no issues with any of those things because it's not going to block me from having my enjoyment when I'm using social media. If I'm in person, to give you another example, or if you're in person, you can simply walk away. You don't have to indulge in rudeness. You don't have to indulge in disrespect. And you also don't have to get physical and possibly go to jail and get a record over somebody's dumb stuff. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to put yourself in predicaments or places where you feel uncomfortable, period. Okay? So just remember that, okay? So that the next thing is it's better to have some people love you. So my whole thing is like this. I don't care if one person love me is better than no people who love me. I wouldn't care if I had one friend is better than no friends. Some people be like, oh my God, I don't have any friends, when it be friends sitting next to them. They're coming with that ungrateful, low vibrational energy because they're romanticizing friendship, they're romanticizing marriages, they're romanticizing relationships. And it's hard for people to actually exist and be present and live in the present when everything is romanticized, everything is instant gratification. So it's better to have some people who love you, because everybody's not going to love you. Okay. If and when you alter your personality to try to gain everyone's approval, or you can just choose to be yourself. Listen, you're gonna pick up some people that don't like you, and that's okay. Like, it's not. Listen, they don't like you. Are your bills not gonna get paid this month? Are you not gonna wash your ass tomorrow, like tonight, before you go to bed? Are you not gonna eat dinner because they don't like you? Come on, wake up out of it, snap out of it, okay? Snap out of it. And if you are gonna do that, it's time to snap out of it, because you know what? People liking you and being likable, listen, that's just not a thing that you need to concern yourself with. Show up, be yourself, be kind and courteous, empathetic, or however you are, be your most vibrant self. And that's the only thing you need to concern about, is what you are showing up as, what you're projecting, and your reception, your perception, and things of that nature. Your job is not to walk in rooms and wonder if people like you. Because, honey, I know when you walk in rooms, head turns. Keep that in mind, honey. Because I know that when y'all walking in rooms, them heads be turning like, damn, who that? Like, who is that? Who is that, honey? Yes. So keep that in mind, because you might not feel like that way about yourself when you stepping in the room, or you might step in the room like, oh no, not her again. Oh man. So listen, just keep that in mind. Like, if you're the smartest person in the room, you shouldn't be in that room. Always keep that in mind, because you're not gonna go everywhere everybody like you. You can go everywhere and have conversations with people. You can go everywhere and be cordial with people. You can go everywhere and facilitate sustainability and solutions. Sure thing, but everybody is not going to like you. Everyone's not going to gravitate towards your energy. A lot of people project their own energy onto others, and they say that others are a certain kind of way because they can't see past their own bullshit. Okay? They can't see past their own victimhood. They can't see past their own trauma. So they project it out. So you going somewhere thinking that everybody gonna like you is literally setting yourself up for fucking failure. Period. That's just what it is. When you are living in your righteous truth, because I talk about righteous truth a lot. Your righteous truth is your most authentic self. Okay? It's whoever you are, you're cultivating yourself to be, the thing that aligns with your core values, your morals, your standards, your boundaries. That person, that person that's aligned with themselves and their desires, how they're showing up, that person. When you are that person, you're going to find your tribe. Trust me, you don't have to look for your tribe. I've never had to look for a tribe. They always find me. Period. Period. Okay? They always find me because I'm always showing up as myself. I'm not trying to be nobody else. I'm not trying to be a part of a clique. I'm not trying to be a part of a group. I show up as myself, and I'm thankful for the opportunity to be able to even show up. Okay? I'm not saying you have to be that way. I'm just giving you an example sometimes, But let's get back to y'all and getting into these, these messages that I have for y'all. So when you accept that everyone is not going to like you and you choose to be your true self, a lot of good things will happen, and I did say that previously, okay? So when you make a note of people who disappear a lot faster, they don't vibe with you, like, damn, you know what? I haven't talked to them. Or every time I'm going through something good and I try to share it with them, the answer is so meh. It's so blah. You can hear like, oh, congratulations. Because they want you to fail. I remember a long time, like, I'm not even religious, but I remember a long time ago, my daughter's godfather, he's a preacher. And when I was married, like, we used to go to church, and I remember him having a sermon called I Hope You Fail. And I cried my eyes out because that sermon went through my soul. And I knew he was going to say it because we went over it together. Like sometimes he would like, tell us things and stuff like that, or, go over things with us, different things and stuff like that. But it was just a beautiful thing because I never forgot that. I forgot a lot of things over the years, but I've never forgot that message of I hope you fail. Okay? Because if you don't fail, you will never succeed. Okay? So keep in mind that if you're feeling like, damn, this person don't like me, that person, you are on the right path to elevation because they're all falling off. A lot of people say that I asked God to protect me from my enemies, so I started losing all my friends. Period. I asked God to protect me from my enemies, so I lost my husband. I asked the divine to protect me from my enemies, so I lost my wife. You ain't saying nothing but a thing. Like, you got to remember what you say will manifest in the physical. Okay? We are spiritual beings living in the physical realm. What you say will manifest. And you might not like how it's manifesting, but keep in mind that when you're losing, you're also winning at the same damn time. You just have to be open to that. You look around, you see all the people that still love you, the people that still support you. Okay? Even in your mess, even in your lowest point, it's still people that's going to love you. Okay? You keep that in mind, that you are lovable, you are beautiful, you are honorable, and that people will respect you and people will value you, and you don't have to kiss nobody's ass to make that happen. Period. Okay? Child. Listen. You cannot choose to filter your personality or beliefs. Okay? You better get out there and make a positive impact, a high vibrational impact in this existence, okay? Because your words are going to hit people differently compared to everyone else who's trying to fit in. All these sheeps that want to fit in, they don't have no personalities. They don't have anything else except for what other people say. They don't have any thought processes. They don't have any ideals, like their politics. Everything is what somebody else thinks. When you ask them what they think, they get stuck and they say somebody else speaking points. Okay? So keep that in mind when you're trying to fit in. When you're doing everything in your power to make people like you, you're losing yourself. And if that's what you want to do, lose yourself, then keep on going, buddy, and see where that takes you. Okay? So let's get one thing absolutely clear. Nobody likes a Poindexter, a people pleaser. Okay? So be happy that you chose not to be a people pleaser, okay? Who bends over backwards trying to, make everybody happy. Okay? So some people think that's a great move. Like, oh, I can get to the top, and you see it depicted in so many movies. I'm a firm believer that art is, quantification of realities. I do believe that. So when you're seeing all these movies depicted with these assistants and different things that's working their asses off, and they have to wind up quitting a job and cussing out the boss or just leaving and starting on their own to finally get success because that shit don't work out for them. Period. It don't work out for them, okay? Listen, I'm trying to tell you that it's not a boss move to kiss ass. It's not a boss move. A boss move is showing up as your authentic self, having a presentation ready, showing up, that you can get the job done, that you have solutions, that you can, be a part of a team, whatever you're desiring to be. That's the boss move. A boss move is not kissing ass and being a people pleaser and trying to fit in. That's not a boss move, okay? It's not going to get you nowhere. Because the people you're trying to please are still going to continue to elevate because you're giving them all your core energy. You're giving them all that support. You're giving them all the things that they don't give you, that they're not pouring into you. You're just giving it and giving it and giving it just so you can fit in. Just so somebody can remember your name. Just so somebody can remember your at name. Just so somebody can mod you. Just so somebody could, invite you to do a collab on something. You're doing all this shit and taking away from your core self just so people can like you. And that is trash. It's complete trash. It's so low vibrational, and you deserve better. I'm here to tell you this morning that you deserve better, period, point blank, period. You deserve better. And I hope that this message get through to you in time. If you are listening and you just realizing that you deserve better, I hope it gets to you in time. I hope you hear this message. I hope you hear the passion, the authenticity behind it. And you recognize that, damn, you know what? I do deserve better. You know what? Okay, you take a step back and reevaluate your life and wonder why you keep putting yourself in positions to fucking fail. Period. You know, you putting yourself in positions to fail over and over, and you're not rising up because you're going back to the same shit. It's time to remove yourself and reevaluate and see where you need to go so you can elevate and be with the people who actually love you, the people that actually support you, the people that actually like you. Okay? Woo. Now, let me jump into something else real quick. There are some people out here that think nobody likes them. And I had a whole conversation about this before, so let's just jump right into that. So for people that are insecure and think people don't like them, they think maybe like they're too good or they think they're too low, or, you know, I just always recommend, like, you know, getting some type of counseling or just doing some getting a journal and writing down these thoughts you have, you know, because they're probably not true. It's probably like a lie you're telling yourself, and you're actually believing this lie that people don't like you, because we're humans and we're all connected in some kind of way. You know, we're interconnected to each other, and there's somebody out there that love you, that's interested in you, that thinks you're creative, that thinks you're beautiful and fun, and all types of wonderful things. Okay, so just keep that in mind when you have these automatic thoughts that are cluttering up your brain, that they're lies that you're telling yourself and believing. Okay, I don't care if somebody walked up to you and told you they don't like you. I don't give a fuck, because there's still a million other people that can't wait to see your smile, because your smile will light up their whole life. They can't wait to see your creations, because your creation is going to change your whole village somewhere. You know, keep that in mind when you are, you know, downplaying yourself, or when you're giving yourself these messages that are not conducive to your growth. Okay? I just want you to keep that in mind. Now, when you are being fake and trying to people please people, you know, people can feel that. You don't have to be an empath. You don't have to be a healer. You don't have to have gifts or things of that nature either. You know, your energy just feels off, and it makes other people uncomfortable. It's like, you know, it's giving you're doing too much, basically. When you like, just chill, you know. And you want to know how I know? Because I remember growing up and wanting to make everybody happy, and I don't think I've always known contentment in my life. And that's a great thing for me, because it keeps me in the middle, it keeps me grounded, my yacht, it keeps me balanced. You know, I'm able to be in tune with myself. I'm able to know myself, and chasing happiness is just not for me. I feel like happiness is too flaky to chase that. So I don't think I've ever chased that dream of happiness. I've always, you know, been aligned with contentment. So if anything happened in my life, I was able to get back to base eventually, you know, or right away. And it wouldn't take me away from my character too much or things of that nature. That makes any sense at all. So, but for people that are, you know, into like chasing happiness or looking for happiness, you have to keep in mind that when someone is being a people pleaser and you have that high vibrational energy, you know, sometimes you think like, oh, they just want to help. And then after a while, you're like, you know what? They're a little too helpful. just a little too helpful. Like, what are you going to do to help yourself? So you are someone that likes to serve, because I love serving others. I love being helpful, but I always had to, you know, I had to quantify that. I had to measure it up. Like, you know what? It's time for me to do some self-care. It's time for me to step back a little bit, because there's a difference between me and someone who likes to serve others and be helpful and a people pleaser. A people pleaser is probably someone with very low confidence, and they just want to fit in. They just want to be a part of something without any, they don't really show up with that contract of needs and desires, you know. If you need me to write you a contract, let me know, because I got listen. But no, I'm just saying that it's a complete difference. I don't want people to feel like, well, hey, I like, you know, being helpful, because a lot of people love being helpful. I love being helpful. I love making people happy, but I don't love being a people pleaser. I don't love draining myself for other people. I don't love just losing myself to be a part of something. I will never do that. You know, I'm sorry. That's just something I would never do. I've never done it, and I'm not going to try to do it. So I'm not saying that it's wrong, something wrong with you. You're doing that. I'm just saying that it may be time to reevaluate you, especially if you're drained, if you're feeling incomplete, if you're feeling like nothing you do is good enough, if you feel like you keep giving, and nothing, the reciprocity is not coming back. It's because the universe is trying to teach you a lesson, that you're giving too much and you're not giving anything to yourself. Period. Okay. Keep that in mind, all right? So when you are your authentic, most righteous, like walking in your righteous truth, okay, or following your divine path, or seeking optimal wellness, going up the Myers-Briggs triangle to the top of self-mastery. When you're doing all those things, I had to say a couple different things because people are into a couple of a lot of different things these days, which is a great, amazing thing. But when you are doing these things, all right, you have to realize that when you are doing those things, you're going to make an emotional impact. Okay, so if you are polarizing, not everyone is going to, gravitate towards you. Okay. So you'll either be loved or basically hated. And I don't really like using that word, but it just is what it is when it comes to this type of conversation. And you're going to make an emotional impact. So emotional impacts are essential if you want to inspire someone else, to possibly, date you or, purchase products from you, or to remember you. You know what? Because every room I go in, people remember me. I just had that kind of personality. It's not even ego, but I read a lot of books. I've studied a lot of books. I've actually studied to show my self approval. I practice things and different things like self mastery and coaching, so many different styles of coaching that I know that when I walk in the room, I'm going to make an impact. It's this poem by Maya Angelou. Like she looked like she got oil wells in her lip pumping in her living room. Period. Point blank. Period. Okay. So it's the whole how you show up thing, because no matter what someone else does, I'm showing up as Empress. Period. I might be extremely overdressed at a casual event or extremely underdressed at a formal event. That's just me. That I show up as who I am. I'm not showing up as who other people want me to be. I'm done. Enough about me. I just wanted to give y'all that example because I thought that was a great example to give y'all about emotional, that impact that you make on people. Like, you know what? Say for instance, if you're at work and you have a Zoom and y'all have a breakout room and you have a session with people and they're like, you know what? I remember you from the Zoom breakout room, and you have like a job event later on that year. And they're like, you really impacted me. What you said helped me, to understand my position better. And it gave me new skills. Like it helped me to develop new skill sets and things of that nature. So just keep that in mind, that don't hold yourself back, because you have the ability to impact people in so many different ways. You're that amazing. That's the glory, that's the honor of being a spiritual being in a human existence, that you can impact the world. It's that Tupac quote, I might not change the world. I know I'm not going to change the world, but I'm definitely going to spark the brain in it. That does, and I love that. I love that quote, because it definitely goes into this whole, everybody's not going to like you, because you're not showing up to make people like you. You're showing up to make an impact. You're showing up to walk in your purpose. You're showing up to manifest a divine energy, okay, to synchronize with people, to be interconnected. All those reasons why you're showing up. You're definitely not showing up to be liked, period, because that just comes with the territory when you show up as yourself. Okay, so if you're trying to play it safe and be liked by everyone, it's just nothing that I'm saying today is gonna make sense to you. You're gonna feel offended. You're gonna feel triggered. You're gonna feel like it's some subliminals, because that's your own guilt that you're dealing with. That's just what it is. It's not gonna be anything that I say today that's gonna resonate with you. Unfortunately, and that's a you issue, not a me issue. I just want to throw that out there. That's a you issue. That's how you perceive things. That's a you issue. But you have to keep in mind that you are amazing, and you'll just have a whole bunch of associates and acquaintances, but you won't have anything close to you. You won't have close friends. You probably won't have a lot, like a tribe of people around you that supports you, that shows up for you, because you are not showing up for yourself. And it's really that simple, okay? Now, you have to remember this. If you are concerned, if you have a concern about people not liking you or not gravitating towards you, that most haters are not going to say anything to you. They're going to watch you. Some haters are extremely dangerous, as we've seen with the situation with PNB Rock, rest in peace to the bro. But haters are just going to hate. But they're not going to say anything to you. They're going to watch you. They're going to observe you. But guess what? Them watching you and observing you, is that paying your bills? Is that making you feel better? Is that giving you water? Is that making you exercise? All these things go on your reevaluation list. And I'm sorry to tell you that you're going to have a bunch of no's. So it's a bunch of pros to the situation, that, hey, their hate for me is not doing any of these things. And I'm not saying that people being antagonizing you and stuff like that can't bother your mental health. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying they can't bother you in ways that are stressful. I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm saying is you shouldn't give a fuck. Stop caring so much, because nothing you do will ever change their mind. Nothing you say can ever change their mind. They're just automatically, they don't listen. Listen, most people don't like themselves. So the fact that you think they should like you, that's crazy. Dun, dun, dun. Okay? You have to remember, that criticism, it does make you stronger, okay? And that criticism is just going to make you stronger. It's going to make you more resilient. It's going to make you realize, like, you know what? I've been through that. I've been through people who didn't like me. I've been through the antagonization. Look at me. I'm still here. I'm shining even brighter. I have more possibilities. I have more doors open to me because I didn't decide to indulge in that, So also keep that in mind. That's another tip for you right there, that it doesn't matter. Like, criticism, that whatever they have to say about you is definitely making you more resilient. It's building your character more. And I hope that it's building you in a way that's conducive to your growth and not, bringing you down into the dumps. Okay. So, a bit, like when people criticize you, that definitely, it challenges your ego. So if you grew up getting everything you wanted, like you grew up spoiled, and you might be an egomaniac at this point of your life, that's okay. But it's like you don't tend to appreciate the good times as much because you're so used to them. It's like regular life to you. So it's common that you won't be able to handle anything not going your way. So that having the people that don't like you, or quote unquote haters, experiencing failure and criticism, can keep you grounded and make you far more desirable or likable. Okay, but it's not like a thing like, oh, I need to be liked. I need to be liked. What can I do to be likable? Be yourself. Period. Drop the ego. I mean, ego can help you survive. I'm not saying it can't. I'm just saying that when it comes to always wanting to have your way all the time, that's crazy. I need a moment for myself just thinking about it. Moments over. Moments over. So yeah, your haters are definitely going to inspire you. I mean, your haters should always inspire you to succeed. I don't pay them any mind. My haters always inspire me to succeed because I don't even know if I have haters. I don't really pay attention that much to people, so I can't even say that my haters inspire me to succeed. But if you feel like your haters inspire you to succeed, then hey, go ahead and show off. But my whole thing is that I'm not living my life so others can like, damn, she did it, or damn, look at her. I don't give a fuck about that, because sometimes I'm tired and I don't want to do anything at all except for lay down and look at the ceiling. So I'm not living my life for the approval of somebody else. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so to wrap it up, it literally wraps up with people don't give a damn what you have to say. If they don't like you, they don't like you. And it's just literally most of the time, if you're just simply showing up as yourself and they don't know you, it's simply a projection of them, how they feel about themselves. A lot of people project that energy when they feel jealous and envious. They have the green-eyed monster when they might see you as a threat, or they might, especially when you use social media, they might read your bio. They might, see how you interact with others, and they might want to be a part of that, but they don't know how. So instead of feeling like they should, talk to you, they feel threatened by you and offended by you, or someone may have said something. It could be a million reasons why somebody say they don't like you. And if you sit up at nighttime and think about that, you're going to go crazy. It's not worth your energy. That's a lot of core energy trying to figure out some shit of somebody not liking you. That's a lot of energy to use. Just think about that. It's a whole lot of energy to use. Okay? So, with that being said, let me check out, see who's listening in. I'm going to come back to my phones. If you guys want to share any stories about, hey, Spoon. Spoon always show up for me. What's up, guys? Hey, y'all. I see y'all. Great rising. How y'all doing? I'm so happy y'all showed up today. We in the top 27 on Spoon. That's what's up, y'all. Thank you so much for showing up to the AM Inspiration Show. I appreciate y'all support every morning. Yes, don't forget to go on our Spotify. As a matter of fact, let me drop this link on Spoon so y'all can have this Spotify link. I've never dropped the link for Spoon. And I also forget to drop the StreamYard link a lot on Spoon as well. I'm messing up, guys. I'm messing up a little bit. So I'm going to come to Clubhouse to see if anyone wants to come to the stage in a second, and or anything of that nature. And I'm just super excited for the support that I receive, across the board. This is great. This podcast helps me to reconnect with people using coaching tools to help them wake that ass up, spiritually, consciously, financially, emotionally, and physically. So I'm very grateful that I have the opportunity to connect with so many different people on so many different in so many different places. So I'm just grateful for that. I probably need to get a Discord, but I don't know about that. But here's the link to our Spotify. Please don't forget to follow, guys. It's not working on there. I'll do that later. Okay, so let me come back to Clubhouse, and I'm sorry, y'all, it's not working. Yeah, but hi, Kiki. So, yeah, if y'all don't have anything to share, I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna close out. So just raise your hand or anything like that. Share the rooms. Make sure you tag a friend. Send a link to a friend so they can listen. Click the link inside our chat and Clubhouse to follow our Spotify. And we will see you tomorrow morning. This was the AM Inspiration Show to wake that ass up. I am your host, Empress Coach Rita Nicole of RitaNicole.com, the Love Experiences Divine Intervention Show and podcast, thecurve.net, and Sankofa's Naturals. With that being said, I will see y'all tomorrow. Keep safe, stay elevated, and peace, y'all.